I'm the East facilitator. People are like, what do you teach? Black Panther? Well, yeah. A couple years ago, of course, when the movie came out, it was such a hit, and we were real fortunate. We had a GoFundMe account, and it paid for all of our, that was completely paid for, and we took all of our kids, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students to go watch Black Panther. We rented the movie out. It was just a really important, it's really important to our students. And it's really important that we take them to this movie so that they can see themselves represented as superheroes in this really life-changing movie for a lot of people. And when we got back from that, we found out that we got this grant to get this classroom. There's over $100,000 worth of stuff in here. And when we found that out, I was like, you know what? I want to make this classroom look like Shuri's lab in Wakanda. If you haven't seen Black Panther's sister, she's in charge of creating all the cool tech stuff in Wakanda. And her lab is inside of a mountain. So during the summertime, I came up here and I wanted to make this classroom look like the inside of her lab, like inside the mountain. So that's why we got the Black Panther theme going on. We had the GoFundMe, and the kids, they seem to like it. I don't know, y'all like the classroom?
Yeah!
We'll see. So this is our 2nd year of having East Classroom. Before this, I was a science specialist here at the school, and then before that, I was a 4th grade teacher here. But this is a special class that you're going to learn about, not from me, because I'm a facilitator. I'm not a teacher anymore. I have to close my mouth and let kids do stuff. So they're going to do it today. But first, we're going to show you how we shoot the morning news. So this is the real deal morning news broadcast that we're going to show tomorrow. So you have to be quiet while we're doing this, all right? So you can laugh. There may be some times where you want to laugh, and that's fine. But we're actually going to shoot it. I think we're set up. Are y'all ready for me to close my big mouth? All right. Are we ready? All right. So Mackenzie, you're going to count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, hang on, Mackenzie, stop it. I got to talk for 1 second. You're not going to hear any noise right now because the first 30 seconds of the intro, it plays and you don't hear it. It will play, I'll show it to you after we film it, but you're not actually going to hear it. So a lot of stuff's going to pop up on the screen. You're not going to hear anything. That's not a mistake. We have to do it that way. All right? All right, Mackenzie, take 2.
3, 2, 1.
Good morning. Welcome to Carver Morning News.
I'm Lilia Owen.
I'm Emery Blackwell.
And I'm Naomi Glenn.
Today is Friday, December 13, 2019.
It is the 80th day of school.
This is the 17th week of school.
Open enrollment for 2020 through 2021 has been extended to January 17th.
Magnet Schools of the Mid-South Conference continues until Saturday, hosted by the Little Rock School District.
The Carver PTA is sponsoring a holiday food drive, bottled water, canned goods, boxed foods, or blankets, all accepted. The donations can be dropped off at the front office.
Remember, over the holiday season, please save your soda cans for the kindergarten recycling project.
The winter season is fast approaching. If you have lost a sweater, coat, or jacket, please check the lost and found.
Basketball game, Carver versus Jefferson is tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. at Mableville Middle School.
Pre-K winter musical is today.
STEAM Day is planned for today.
Our character word this week was understanding. Remember, understanding helps us have empathy, an open mind, and also helps us value the ideas and opinions of others. Kate Hudson said, "Time spent understanding people is never wasted."
Let's take a look at our house point totals. Diamond is currently in first place with 745 points. Funda is in second place with 673 points. Eureka is in third place with 586 points. And Amistad is in fourth place with 560 points. Next week is the last week to earn points for this quarter. So do your best all week to help your house catch up and win.
Celebrating a birthday today is Brady Benjamin, pre-K.
Happy birthday!
Lunch for today will be chef salad or chicken strips, tater tots, broccoli and cheese, rolled crackers, graters, and milk choices.
Breakfast for Monday morning will be crescent roll, applesauce cup, assorted juice, and milk choices.
Please pause for a moment of silence.
Please stand for the Carver School Pledge and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Carver School Pledge. Today I will make good choices. I will not hurt anyone physically, verbally, or emotionally. I will do my best at all times.
The Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. See you on Monday for more morning news. Have a great weekend.
All right, we good, Mackenzie? All right, we're out. So, go ahead. Yeah, you can. We rotate the kids in and out. Fifth graders and fourth graders do this, so I'll just go down the cafeteria and say who wants to shoot the morning news. And so they raise their hand and I pick them. So every kid wants a chance to shine, you know, on our morning news broadcast. So it gives everyone a chance to actually be on there. This is very simple little setup. You know, you got a green screen to make this happen. You've got a we've got a webcam right here. We've got, you know, you're discarding screens all the time, so this is just a discarded, you know, old computer screen that we use for the teleprompter. We're using a Chromebook, and there's the software we're using for teleprompter. It's called teleprompter. I mean, it's pretty easy to find out. So it's a little app you can extension that you can put on your Chromebook. So we're just using a Chromebook. Imagine most folks have some type of device like this at school. And then the software that Mackenzie is using is OBS Studio software. It's free. All the stuff are things you probably have at your school. We could go live and do live broadcasts. What we found was our bandwidth. We were having some issues with just, you know, some glitches going on in video. So we filmed this during their lunchtime, like at recess time. I go down there after they eat lunch, pick some students, and we come in and film it. So. These aren't my professional broadcasters. They do it sometimes, but all the kids in here eventually by the end of the year will get a chance to do this. Yes, question?
How is your show projected to the student body?
Oh, good question. In Arkansas, the state provides something called Sandbox. I don't know if that's provided in other states or not. It's like this giant Google Drive, basically. And so because we have problems with folks accessing YouTube sometimes. So we upload the video to that giant Google Drive, and then I send that link out to all the teachers, and then they just click on it when it's time to do the news, like at 7:50 in the morning. And that's how they see it. We also put it on our Carver website, carvermagnet.net, so you can see it there. And we put it on there via YouTube, though, on that one. So some of y'all are like, what do you teach? Well, a lot of teachers around here ask that same thing of me. A lot of times. What are you doing in here all the time? Because there's a lot of cool stuff in here. You know, 2 years ago we got this grant that the East Initiative puts out. The East Initiative is here in Little Rock. You received some paperwork on that, so you can contact them. They're right now interviewing schools. They give out about a dozen of these grants each year. I think they provide like $80,000 or $90,000, and you have to kick in like 10 or 15,000 of your own. But you get all this stuff. You get the Mac computers. You get the VR machine. I mean, this whole setup is virtual reality right here. This thing. I mean, you got a little gold that they can put on and walk around with, but this is nothing but a virtual reality station where kids can create all kinds of. They love creating like video games and stuff, and we've got a music station over here where you got a kid working on a video game, you got a kid working on background music, they're collaborating, learning how to do that. We've got 3D printers back there in the back by Miss Gore. We have 2 of those. And we have, laptops, iPads, we have all kinds of stuff. The tech stuff, can be overwhelming. I'm not, a big, super tech person, but you don't have to be a tech person to run a class like this because those are your experts right here when it comes to tech. And Ja'Cory's back there manning our camera because we're going to film this presentation because they haven't had a chance to present really in front of a group yet this year. So we're going to film it and it'll give us a chance to kind of go back and critique a little bit afterwards because you'll find out there's a big conference that we have to go to in March and this is kind of prep for that. So I've got a big mouth and I could talk a lot, but you probably want to hear from my wonderful students that I have up here. They're going to explain to you exactly what EAST is. And then if you have any questions at the end, I'll pop back up here and be happy to answer them. All right, let me introduce my wonderful kids right here. I've got Laylia, I have Noemi, I have Emery, I have Michael, I have Mackenzie, and I have Ja'Cory. He's getting that tight shot on Mackenzie right now. So I have Ja'Cory back there in the back running the camera. All right, it's yours. Go for it.
E stands for Education Accelerated by Service Technologies. So basically, when kids come into East, every week we work on solving real life problems by making up different projects. A big project that we're doing is called the
Book Bracket Battle. That project is already finished, but we did it last year, and the Book Bracket Battle was done to help our reading scores because our reading scores are not that good. And afterwards, the Book Bracket Battle, we saw a 178% increase in our accelerator reader goals met. And basically what the book bracket battle is, it's like when we have local celebrities come out and like read books to all the kids, and they would like take an AR test, and that's how we got the 178% increase.
Another project we did last year was the house mural. The house mural is so we have mostly white walls here at Carver, and me and 2 other students wanted to do something colorful, so we did the house mural. First, we had a special ed teacher help us because she knows how to do art really good. First, we worked on that one with 3D paint, and then Miss Bailey drew a sketch. Then we came back on Christmas break and finished it. And there's a
right out there.
And then there's a quote we did for inspiration because it was during testing time at that time. And so the quote is, if you doubt whether you can fly, you cease forever to be able to do it. And that means if you don't try something before you do it, you won't be able to.
The Heroes of History project is a project where we talk about heroes from our history and we read off scripts that last year's 5th graders wrote, and we will record ourselves and we will post it on our morning news every day in the month of February, since that's the month of Black History Month. And we will have a quiz to go along with it. And this year we're going to continue it, but we're going to read the book 28 days each day in the month of February, which is going to be 29 days this year since it's a leap year. And we will post it on the morning news every day along as the last year's Heroes of History project.
When we went to East Conference, we would talk about the projects we already did in the East classroom and how we did them, and we would explain it to people and we would also go around and look at the projects that they did at East. And at East Conference, we won the Judges' Choice Awards.
The 3D crosswalk project is basically where we got inspired by someone who did this in Massachusetts. So we decided that we need to do this in Arkansas. since there's going to be a lot of people crossing the street from the school. So we came out to school and we decided to paint this with the help of the Innovation Hub.
The reason we decided to do this is because we noticed that a lot of parents were speeding through our parking lot, and so we decided that we should probably do this because it would help them stop speeding.
The Little Rock School District put us on their website, as well as the local news and CNN.
We also got a shout out, and Sniper Wolf reacted to our video. She has 17.4 million subscribers.
And if you don't know who she is, just ask your kids.
Villain messing with people's minds. So this ain't a regular crosswalk. It's a 3D crosswalk. So when you're driving up to it, you automatically slow down because it's like, wait, are those like cement blocks? Can I even go through here? Look at it and be like, this is gonna mess up my car. I better slow down. That's the only way to get some people to slow down, though. I mean, if there's a school around, that's pretty genius, and it's definitely gonna work because people are gonna look at it and be like, oh no, this is even worse than a speed bump.
And that is the presentation on what we do.
So if you have any questions, our kids will be happy to answer them. I'll be happy to answer them. So anyone have anything that you'd like? Yes, sir.
So with the East Initiative, do they just provide the resources, or do they provide the curriculum, or is it a free-for-all where you kind of like develop your own way to go about the curriculum with all the resources?
It's more of a free-for-all. They provide PD for the facilitators. So you get to go and kind of understand really what the difference is between being a facilitator and a teacher. Because I have to sit back and let kids go down wrong paths sometimes, because that's how they're going to learn, from that. Like, maybe some of our projects. Have any of y'all went down a wrong path yet?
Yes.
What wrong path did you go down, Mackenzie?
When we were trying to, when me and Ellen were trying to find the correct software for the new project we're working on.
Yeah. So yes. So it's kind of, they don't tell you what to do. I mean, it comes from our students, what they want to do, with guidance, of course, from me. But no, there's no set curriculum at all. Maybe share what projects you're working on right now, or just finished. We had a big project wrap up on Sunday, so we'll just go down the line and tell them kind of what you're working on right now.
One thing that I've finished helping working on is a project that Michael did called the Holiday Hope Pictures. Well, it's like we do free pictures, and we sent out 4x6 pictures to families, and they came up from 12 to 5 on Sunday. And another project that I'm starting to work on is the 28 Days project, because we have winter break and there's January, and then February will come up right after that, so we have to start working on that.
A project that I'm working on is trying to get buses to kids' house on time so that kids are not late to school, and then if they want to eat breakfast, they have a chance. And basically what we're doing to do that is we're creating an app so that parents can download, so it's like the estimate time that the bus is going to arrive at their house.
A project I'm working on is a play called The Christmas Bully with my friend Kennedy. Originally she thought of this idea, and I said I could help her with it. And we got this play based off of a movie we watched. And it's basically showing like how a bully starts out to be a bully by being treated badly by someone else, and then the student who's getting bullied is gonna help that bully by giving her a gift. And another project I'm working on is the homeless project. We're gonna like do little gift packages, and I'm gonna get like hygiene products like deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrush, water bottles, clothes. Then I'm gonna make blankets, and I think that's it.
So I worked on the Holiday Hope pictures as Lilia talked about, and now I'm just helping people learn their script for Emery's play and another play that we're doing about George Washington Carver.
I'm working with Noemi with the project. I asked Noemi if she could help me with this project because I need as much help as I can get so we can get this done by Christmas, hopefully.
Okay, so, we put little deadlines on each other sometimes, and then they help each other. And the good thing about East is they offer a lot of classes for kids, too. So one of the requirements for our school is we have to take them to the East Initiative at least 2 different times a year, and they get to learn different software programs and things that they can use, and it's all free. It doesn't cost anything. As soon as you get this grant, you're in the family, and they help you out big time. And I think all of y'all, well, almost all of y'all have been to East. What software programs have you learned about? Lelia, have you?
I've been trying to figure out some problems on Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine. That's a VR app or VR application.
I learned how to make video games.
How to make
For VR.
video games for VR.
I worked on Unity. That was VR and just like a game.
A game. Kids are interested in being, creating games, and so creating games is good. But the goal of this class is to help people. How can your game help someone? So I'm cool with them over there working on that because, this is the kind of jobs they're going to have in the future. But how are we going to actually help our school? How are we going to help our community? How are we going to help someone in need? That's what this class is all about. And Mackenzie?
I've been there, I think, twice. It was a video editing, and I think it was a video editing, and it was Adobe Illustrator.
Adobe Illustrator, video. So they're learning the tools of the trade with professional software, not some baby stuff, that they're actually learning how to use these things that possibly in future careers they'll use. So anyway, that's East. We've probably taken up too much of our time, allocated time. I apologize, folks. We'll stop it there, but I think now we're going to go to Young Astronauts, and then we're going to start the tour of the rest of the school. So thank you all for your attention.